Alright, so you guys see the name of the video, so you should get the idea of what this topic is going to be about. First off, let me just start off and say, if you can pay off your bills, pay them. Because good credit is obviously better than no credit or bad credit, obviously, but so this video is not for you if you're good. But there's for a lot of people out there, for Generation Y, my generation, the future's not really looking too good. I read that people up to age 25, 50% of people up to age 25 are currently unemployed or underemployed. So, this is the future generation of the United States. So it's not looking too good. But I'm going to talk about credit. Now, just a little brief introduction about credit, because I'm very surprised at how many people my age, I'm 23, who do not understand the concept of credit. Now, let me just explain credit first. So credit doesn't really exist. It's not a physical thing. Credit is just confidence. Confidence in that you build for yourself, that others see, that markets, that companies, other people see in you. Okay, so obviously, like, if you have good credit, more people are going to trust you. So, case in point, car insurance. If you have good credit, you're more likely to get a good insurance rate because, hey, the car insurance companies will see, oh yeah, this guy can pay his bills on time. They'll accept you. Basically, if they can deny you or take you in. Same with cell phones. Cell phones can deny you if you have bad credit. So that's what it is. Now, what's happening is that we're living in some tough times. I mean, and the systems, the way it's currently set up is just not looking too good at all. Greece, the situation in Greece is looking to get out of the euro. It's gonna happen. I just cannot see it improving anytime soon. My investments in the stock market have dropped this whole week, basically. It's just the situation is very bleak, and so we got to go into credit. So obviously, everyone tells you build up your credit, build up your credit. Easiest way to build up your credit, pay off your bills, get a credit card. Okay, and yes, it's a surefire way to get it. However, we're becoming Generation Y is a generation where we're finding it increasingly difficult to pay off our bills. Like I said, 50% of us are unemployed or underemployed. Now I'm employed and I'm paying off my bills. And I'm doing okay. At the end of the month, I still have some money left over that I could save, put into other things and whatnot. However, I was listening to, I don't know, some radio station, and they said that people these days are basically one paycheck away from financial ruin. And for me, I'd say I'm 2 paychecks away from financial ruin. So I am not doing exactly well for myself, for someone with a college degree. And, God, the student loan situation. Now, credit. Do you really need it? And honestly, in this day and age, forget it. If you don't really need it. Now, I'm saying this for people who currently have bills to pay. Now listen, alright? If you can't pay it, just don't pay it. Alright? Now, how can they get you? How can these, companies get you? They'll send you letters in the mail threatening that they're gonna call, loan sharks or whatever, whoever they call. Now I got this once because at one point I was unemployed basically and was going through a rough patch. Now I was willing to go all out. I was willing to say, no, I'm not going to pay any of this. And I did have some money saved up, so I was able to do it. But it was getting to a point that no, I was not going to pay it because it was just too risky for myself. I was ready to go all out. And so what can they do? What exactly can they do? Yeah, they can threaten you and they can say they're going to ruin your credit. But what can they really do? Alright, so obviously the first thing they do is going to ruin your credit. But what other things can they possibly do? So, honestly, there's very little they can do outside of ruining your credit. And I'll go into the video later about why you don't really need your credit. these days. So obviously they can take you to court, and they can say, "Oh, we're going to go take you to court and take a certain amount of money out of your paycheck." That's what they do for child support a ton of times. But if you're unemployed, where are they going to get this money from? They just cannot pay this off. Case in point, a woman in New York Presbyterian Hospital, she's not having health insurance, but she needed emergency care. Basically, if this woman did not get this, she was going to die. So they did this, blah, blah, blah. They did not explain the financial circumstances of her situation, and they basically threw a giant bill in her face. Woman obviously could not pay this off. And, it was, the situation was ridiculous. They took her to court, and it was just going back and forth, and they were trying to get money out of her. And at the end of the day, the woman did not have any money. So finally, what happened was, she offered them $100 a month. Not even, it was, when the woman was talking about it on the radio, it was actually kind of like ironic, like, just, like, really? Like, she's like, alright, I'll give you $100 a month. Like, she's totally not expecting them to take the deal. But they did. And I guess, and because they realized that there's nothing they can really do about the situation, so they're going to take whatever they can. So this woman's going to be paying that bill for 80 years. Now, this woman's already, like, maybe in her 40s. So 80 years, 120. It's not going to happen. Now, they're obviously not going to get their whole pay. So that goes into the whole other topic about how we need to fix the health insurance industry here in the United States. But whatever. So listen, they can do all this stuff, but at the end of the day, the worst they can do is take $100 away a month away from you. Now that's if it gets to the extreme point. Because mind you, she was just the unlucky woman, because there are far more people who are unable to pay off their bills than just this one woman. She was just the guinea pig of the situation. So credit. They say you need credit to get certain things. Like what? Okay, first off, credit cards. Yeah, the credit cards can deny you. Now listen, simply put, if you do not have money already, you should not use your credit. So basically, if you have $5 in the bank, you should not use your credit card for a $10 purchase. It's plain and simple, okay? Now, you just use it to build up your credit. That's really all you need it for. So it's whatever. Credit card denies you. And not end of the world. You should not, in today's day and age, you should not use more money that you don't have, basically. You should not do that. Now, certain things that in the long run will affect you. Homeowners insurance. First off, look at the housing market. The housing bubble is just collapsed. Alright, do you really want to own a home? Unless you are absolutely sure that you want to live in this one spot, in this one location for the rest of your life, then yes, you should work on your credit. But honestly, owning a home is just not feasible for people of my generation. It's just not possible. So, it's, what are you going to do? The housing, it's funny, it's all speculative. It's just 1 minute, like when the housing bubble collapsed, houses that were worth thousands of dollars, like hundreds of thousands of dollars, are now worth thousands of dollars. And what, just in one day. So, yeah, if you really think that's your dream home, then go for it. But honestly, owning your home is just not feasible, because chances are you'll be paying more for it than you actually paid for it. And then if you can't pay for it, you get short-sailed. So you paid a higher price than what you're selling it for. And it's just like nothing changed. The house is still there. The house is not ruined or nothing. And that's what happens with the housing bubble, is that because people cannot pay off their bills, realtors are stuck with houses that are in complete disrepair, and they're trying to sell it at these ridiculous prices, and no one is going to buy it. So they keep having to drop the price, and people are already tight on their money as is, so no one's going to purchase this house. So it's a real mess. Life insurance. Okay, if you really need life insurance, go ahead. But honestly, I don't know. I've only known one person, and that who had a family member who had life insurance. And honestly, if you're the type of person who needs life insurance to begin with, chances are life insurance companies will not approve you. All right, because if you're fully healthy, why would you even consider life insurance? Maybe if you have a family and stuff, but again, it's not something you really need. Um, Renting, again, there's plenty of the whole housing situation, just in general. There are so many ways you can get your living quarters without having your credit checked. All right, a lot of places, unless you're living, like I said, in this upscale area, all that good stuff. But again, this video is not for you then. All right, most houses will not, most people will not look at your credit score, and if they did, the only difference is that you would pay if you had bad credit, you would pay more upfront than you would than someone with good credit. But the only difference is that you're paying more now, but the person with good credit is going to have to pay the same amount eventually. So there's really no difference at the end of the day. You just have to pay it. And if you already have enough if you shouldn't even consider renting if you know you cannot pay. So obviously, if you have your stuff together, this should not be an issue. Now, the only thing I could possibly consider it be good is to have a good credit score for your car insurance, because pretty much every state requires you to have some sort of car insurance. Only like 4 states don't really require it: California, Massachusetts, Hawaii, and Mississippi, I think. But anyway, so pretty much all states require some sort of car insurance. Now, yes, it sucks. This is the only downfall of ruining your credit. But there are so many insurance companies these days, obscure ones, not like the big ones like Geico or whatever, but like smaller scale companies. And yeah, you won't get as good coverage, but like I said, what are the chances of, if you're a safe driver, and gosh, you should be, if you're unable to financially, if you're not financially secure, should not be a real issue to you. You just basically need some sort of insurance. That's it. That's all you need. And easiest case in point, if you do get in a car accident, it's probably easier to pay the person off by yourself, off the books. Because if you do it through your insurance rates are going to go up, your credit score is going to go down even more. Not like that even matters, but they're just going to use an excuse to charge you more. So obviously, be a safe driver. Don't go speeding. You know, if you have like a fender bender, just pay it out of money. Pay it out of your own pocket. Plain and simple. Whole point of this video, we're stuck with a lot of debt. My generation's been screwed over a lot. We were stuck with a lot of debt that we don't really have solutions for. We have skilled labor, people with skilled labor who are not using their full potential, and they're stuck in jobs that don't, they can do a lot more for the market. However, the market does not give them anything. So they're stuck at these dead-end jobs. They don't do anything. So to put this burden on us and to expect us to just sit idly with it is absurd. So am I trying to say, oh yeah, pay your bills or don't pay your bills? No, that's not what I'm trying to say. I'm just saying, if you have more important things to worry about, then focus on that, especially on the long run. If even R&R, if you're working a stressful job and you need a day off, but you can't do it because of bills, don't pay that bill. Alright, they're going to ruin your credit, but like I've said, you don't really need your credit, not in this day and age. That's another thing, buying a car. You can just buy a car on Craigslist. A ton of people who are willing to do it, and just make sure, and it's whatever. Chances are these people aren't paid to screw you over like car dealerships, so it's probably better that way anyway. So you don't need you don't need credit. And chances are the way the market's going it's going to be fruitless anyway very soon. I mean, look at the credit ratings of all these major countries. United States credit rating went down. So obviously the system is very flawed at the moment, and the governments need to come up with a better way. But don't just don't try to live with the previous model because it's not working. So thank you for watching this video.